All right, we are live. We're working. I think it's working. I can see you, and I can see me, and I can see you and me. I like it.
Actually, I think it's working on my end. We're just gonna hope that it's
Oh, I got my notifications, so I got to go check. I got to make sure it's working on all of the ends. Let's see. Let's see. How are you working over here? We'll see. See if I can hear myself. I like it. Actually. All right, yeah. So it's working for me on that side. And oh, I need to turn my music too. There we go. You working on your side, or should I go check?
Yeah. So one of the discourse that I'm in, it has a bot that posts a chat or like a message whenever I start. So it posted the message, which tells me that it must be working.
Yeah, looks like it's working. All right, yeah. Yeah, and my audio is coming through. We're good. We're good to go. I love it. Hey, Will, how's it going?
It's going all right. Just another Wednesday. It's almost the end of the year, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know. I cannot believe that we have reached this time of year. I did not. Oh, actually, hold on. Sorry. Can you hear me anymore?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
I changed the layout to solo layout because it's just the way that it's. Anyways, I'm gonna stop doing what I just did.
Okay. I was like, I hope I'm supposed to hear you, right? We're good.
No, it's all good. All good. Yeah, I can't believe it's this time of year. I cannot believe that we are in almost mid-December right now. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Time is flying by, and there are only a few more. It sounds like there is a lot of time. Like there's only a few more days left in the year. Obviously, we have holidays. Do y'all do Boxing Day in Canada, or is it Christmas?
We do, yeah. Boxing Day is big here.
Okay, yeah. So it's like that vacation and the quarter stuff. It's gonna be a home run type of month.
Yeah. I just found out that I'm going to Portland next week for a special thing that we're putting together for 2024. So team of us are gonna go down there, which I'm excited about because I wanted to go to Portland for a really long time. And it's the first time that I'll get to take. I'm tired of flying places, and I'm really excited to take the ferry and train. So there's a ferry that goes direct from Victoria on the island to Seattle, and then I can just jump on the Amtrak from Seattle to Portland, and it'll be a shorter travel than if I flew, which is kind of crazy.
Wait a minute. You live on an island?
I live on an island, so
I didn't know Canada had islands, right?
Yeah, so we have three big ones. So on the East Coast, there's Newfoundland.
That's part of Canada? I thought that was its own country.
No, okay, so it's part of Canada. Yeah, so Newfoundland and Labrador. But Newfoundland's the island. So that's biggest. It's a province, and it's kind of like Hawaii, right? Except definitely not Hawaii. And then there's Prince Edward Island, which is this tiny island north of Nova Scotia on the East Coast that literally has a bridge connecting it to the mainland, like a multi-kilometer bridge connecting it to the mainland, really, really long. And then on the West Coast, where I am, so you kind of go as far west as you can on the mainland and you hit Vancouver. And then there's Vancouver Island, which is an hour and a half ferry ride. And it's as far west as you can go in Canada.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it cold there right now?
It is not. So we live in this super awesome little microclimate of Canada. So it never really drops below.
I speak Celsius. It's fine.
Yeah. So it never really drops below 0 degrees. It's always pretty. It's very temperate climate. So we're surrounded by rainforest.
Zero is freezing though, right?
Yeah, but
what is it right now?
Not for Canadians. Not for Canadians. Yeah. Freezing is -40. What is it right now? Temperature in Victoria. It is, so it's 8 degrees Celsius, 47 Fahrenheit right now.
Yeah. I might come up in the summer when it's warm. When does it get warm?
It gets warm in March-ish. Our spring starts pretty early here. Technically some of the flowers are already out.
Okay. Yeah, I may come because I've never been to Canada. And it's kind of a shame because it is, well, for me, it's not my next door neighbor, but it is for the country of America. Yeah, so I need to go up there one day. I have a tutor that's on the east side.
Okay.
And then I do know that there's a lot of tech stuff on the west side. And I mean, if you're on the island, I'll come out there and do a ferry just to say I've done it.
Hey, I like it. We will do the live stream, like the live stream if you come. Yeah, it's beautiful. I really will say, like, I grew up in sort of like central Canada for most of my life, and the West Coast is, I mean, you look out the window, there's mountains. We are like a 5-second walk from the Pacific Ocean. It's such a gorgeous area to live. It's kind of like, have you ever been to the PNW, like the Seattle area?
Yes. Specifically to Seattle.
Okay, so like if you've been to Seattle, that's very much the kind of feeling of Victoria/Vancouver.
It was cold when I went. It was cold and dark.
That sounds about right.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
That's like that's basically between now and like February, March. It's basically just like gray and rainy. And then it gets really nice. And this place in the summer, because all of the tours to Alaska go through Victoria.
It's crazy that you brought that up, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, I want to go to Alaska. I'm like, I'll just go on to Alaska because I'm already almost there.
Well, this is just it. And so you can literally get on the cruise ship in Victoria and go up to Alaska. So it's a very cool little stopover point. It gets really busy in the summer just because of all the tourists that are coming through.
Well, I'll plan it. Maybe I'll do April.
It's a good call.
All right. Well, I have some travel plans now. So there's 3 trips. I try to make sure that I don't go before anymore, because I have a full-time job that I got to worry about these days.
Yeah, there is the paycheck is sometimes a helpful thing to have.
Well, yeah. Also, it's just traveling can be a little bit. No, it could be a lot. I used to travel a lot, where I've maybe spent weeks on a plane at this point in my life.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, I don't miss it. I'm kind of over it. So I'm only doing 4.
Yeah, well, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I have a much less, but even in the last year, I've been on a plane too much, that when this trip came up and I was like, oh, I can not have to set foot in an airport and I can get to Oregon. Like, I'm very, very down to just not have to go into an airport.
You get to see more too, right? Like, you get to see more of the earth, which, like, isn't that the point of traveling? One of the things I've never understood is you start someplace and then you're like, I want to go visit this place, but you miss all of the stuff that's in between. And
it's so true.
I did a train ride from Houston to El Paso once, and that's what really made me understand, oh yeah, it's probably better to take the road. Even if you can fly there, it'll be quicker. Sometimes it's better to just drive there. You never know what you may see, what you may come across.
Well, and this is the thing too, right? Like for me, for this trip, it's so generally, because we're on the island, we either fly from here to Vancouver or here to Seattle. And so basically it's like a 30-minute flight to get to either one of those locations. And then it's like an hour and a half layover and then a 2-hour flight. And I'm like, that's just so inconvenient and kind of going the opposite direction. I want to enjoy the trip. I don't want to be like restricted. And it's $30. It's $30 for me to get from Seattle to Portland.
Oh, that's much cheaper than I was thinking.
So cheap. Like a flight would cost me like $500 easily.
Wait, you can get a flight for $500 these days?
Oh yeah, not in Canada, but if you're going outside of Canada, you definitely can.
I was looking to go to Vegas, $900 round trip.
$900
to Vegas.
Good Lord. When were you looking to go?
This weekend.
Yeah, well, I can see that. When were you planning the trip though?
I plan all trips about a week or 2 before I go.
Okay, so
I don't know. I know some people, they do months in advance. I don't know what I'm doing next week, so I don't really do long-term planning ever, really.
Fair. Yeah, that's expensive. That's wild. There's a direct flight Victoria to Vegas that's $100.
That's what I thought they should be, right?
They should be. It's like, especially like you're going from like a fairly where you are in Texas. Like, is it a pretty like major urban center?
Yeah, of course. This is so a little about Houston. This is the 4th largest city in America. We're about 150, 200,000 shy of Chicago. However, if you look at the MSA, I think we're also number 4. So there are about 7 million people here in Houston.
Yeah.
It's a hub for United. We have 3 airports, 2 international ones. So it's a big place. We can get anywhere, but
yeah,
Vegas
you'd think
right
that you'd
now,
be able to get to Vegas for less than $900.
Yeah, and this is on Southwest, not even United, just Southwest Airlines. So,
dang.
Yo, what's up, Marshall B? How you doing? Welcome to today's stream.
Yeah, we're chatting all about our travel plans for the next little while. Yeah, I gotta say though, I do not like travel. I don't like. I similar to you, I don't like to plan travel out, but this unexpected trip in like a week was definitely one that I was like, that flight is going to be real expensive.
So I think some things are worth planning. For instance, when I go to Japan, I am planning to ride some of the trains, and in order to get some of these trains, you have to do it in advance. So I do plan around that. It's mostly around like, once I get to a place, there are certain things I want to do and I may have to plan it. I'll plan that. But in general, like I've tried to make plans in the past and then they never go through. So I've learned my lesson. Just take it as it comes and do the best with what you got.
Speaking of Japan, I was just having had dinner with a friend of mine who just came back from Japan in September, and he said best experience he's had traveling. He said he just absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm debating on how long I'm gonna stay. I'm thinking between 4 to maybe 6 weeks, because I want to go to like 5 cities. In most countries that I go to, I don't believe in just going to a single country, or I'm sorry, to a single city. I try to go to several cities within the country. So in this case, this is going to be, I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to Japan, so it's like I may as well just go and see all of the places, get my photos. I do photography, so like I have some prints that I want to do. So get my shots, come back, and then I can print my photos.
I love that. That's amazing. Yeah, I think that's the piece, right? Is having enough time while you're there and then just being able to fully embrace the country. I'm very jealous. 6 weeks in Japan sounds fantastic.
Oh, I mean, I don't believe in short-term travel. It's just like, because it's so much effort. And I think you understand now, because it sounds like you travel for work. I also used to travel for work, and then started doing it on my own. And then after a while, you get jaded, where it's just like, it's so much stuff that you got to go through. There are a lot of things you don't think about. Like if you have equipment, that's a risk. It's a target on your back. People know it's expensive. Or if you're having to fly within the country, maybe your bags get lost, maybe something gets damaged. What if you get sick? There's all kinds of things you gotta worry about.
I don't know if I told you, I must have told you on another stream, because we talked about travel. We talked about travel a few times, but I was working for the university a few years ago, and we had got a conference in New Zealand, and I didn't have any cash to stay, and they only covered like a set period of time. And so I did a trip from Vancouver to Wellington. I left on Thursday at like 12:05 a.m. I arrived Friday evening and I left Sunday.
Oh, that's tough.
It was like such a waste. I basically got about 15 seconds to be able to see New Zealand, and I was like, this was not worth the 24 hours of flying.
Yeah, that's tough. Oh my gosh. It's something changes on me. Like when I'm on a plane for more than 10 hours, it's just something just shifts in me, and I don't know I can't deal with it that much. My longest flight is 18 hours, and I do that once a year.
And where's that to?
Singapore. And it's 18 hours from San Francisco. So I purposely fly to San Francisco, and I stay there. And then I'll go. Oh, we have a question. You're trying to get us back on track. What are we working on?
That's a good question. Thank you. I'm glad somebody's here. What are we working on? So if you're just if you just tuned in, so Will and I have been doing this series for like a few months now. DevCycle and OneSignal have a little bit of a partnership, sort of making recommendations of each other's software. I think we're both users of each other's software in terms of the corporate side. And so Will and I met and we said we need to do a collab series to like kind of integrate these two platforms together and see what we could do. And it took us 4 streams to get there. It took us 4 streams to realize that React is the devil. And we needed to go back to basics. Not React is the devil. React is a great tool, but we needed to go back to the basics. And
I think it was the framework. It was a combination of a few things. We were using Next.js, I think initially, which is this whole framework. It has its own idea of how to render these things. There's server components, there's client components, and then the app lifecycle is slightly different. Then we also tried it with the Create React app, and we ended up running through some issues. I think it was with some like plugins that we had to use, which maybe there was a mismatch. And then, we finally decided, let's just do the easy thing, which, what's crazy is that at what point did doing just straight JavaScript, at what point was that like the hard way? Because that's almost like, in my mind, that should be the simplest thing. It's just use the regular DOM API.
Have you used HTMX yet? Did you play around with it?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest, and like this is probably I don't know if this is the case for a lot of people in developer relations. I'm pretty conservative when it comes to new technologies. I'm not one of these folks that's something new. Like it takes about 5 to 7 years for me to actually start to care. It's just, even with React, I didn't start to even think about React until 2016. And that was only as a result of the product that we were building. We were going to use React. So it was just like, okay, I'll learn it now. But if it wasn't for that, I probably still wouldn't even be thinking about React.
Yeah. So I totally understand. I agree in a lot of ways. I'm the opposite side. I love new technologies and I want to play with them all the time. But the thing that I like about what I think HTMX is going to do, not that I think HTML is going anywhere, just because of the nature of it. It is the standard markup language that we use. But I do think HTMX provides like this really easy way to go back to basics without going back to basics. It's interesting that you talk about like this idea of, like, when did vanilla JavaScript become the like difficult task to implement? And I found it super interesting trying out HTMX and playing around with it just to do like a simple like REST API call versus using like Axios or something in JavaScript. It was just so much smoother and simpler. And I don't know, maybe that's actually the opposite problem, because it's actually abstracting a lot of the stuff away, so you don't actually know what's going on. Anyways, I totally agree with you on the JavaScript piece. And so that's kind of where we left off on the last stream. We've got a functional.
Well, Marshall agrees with you. He says that React is the devil.
It is. Right? So I was at an event. I was judging a startup event last night for a program that I helped to create here at the university. And they're teaching kids how to build React apps. And we were judging one of these things, and it was like a game to teach like food storage to deal with food waste issues. And this young developer in high school, I was like, what was the stack you built in? She's like, I built it in React. I said, awesome. And I was like, what was the biggest struggle that you found building in React? And she said, the game was like this drag and drop into different spaces. And she said, I ended up finding a library that allowed for me to implement drag and drop in React, but the library was outdated and React had been updated. And she's like, I was almost in tears trying to implement this feature into my app. And I was like, you're a true software developer. Like, you're not really in software development if you haven't cried at least once over your code.
Well, then I guess that makes me not one. Then I've never cried over no, not really.
Maybe that just means I'm a terrible developer.
No, it could just be expectations. I expect whatever I write to be incorrect because I was brought up understanding that humans are imperfect. So I don't. When things don't work, it doesn't really faze me that much. In fact, it just means that I may have not had the correct understanding of what it is that I was trying to do. But no, that's just me. No, granted, there might be folks who will break down. I hope that you won't break down because we're about to do some programming today, and
we are.
There's a high probability it won't work.
So I was noticing some lag on the stream, and I was like, "Man, why is this like?" I've got a pretty solid MacBook here, and I realized that I was running off battery power with the amount of streaming stuff that we have going on right now.
Are you plugged in by any chance?
I'm plugged in now.
Well,
I'm
what
plugged
about
in
Ethernet?
now, but I wasn't.
What about Ethernet?
No, I'm always on Wi-Fi. I don't believe in Ethernet. Also, we don't I don't actually
okay.
know.
Living life
I don't
on the
actually
edge.
know if there is Ethernet in this space. Yeah. So today we are going to build something with One Signal and DevCycle, and we want to know what that's going to be. So, chat, if you are here, tell us a thing that we should build.
Well, it should be feature level, right? We're not building a whole application in one stream. It should be like a feature level.
Yes. And so I guess the interesting concept here is like, if you don't know what DevCycle is, it's a feature flag management platform. Think about feature flag. You're rolling out a new feature. You want to test it out in production. You wrap it in a feature flag that communicates with the DevCycle platform, and you can target specific users with it. So that's really the power of DevCycle, is like you can have something that you want to roll out, and DevCycle allows you to target a specific audience at scale. And that's kind of the play here.
In One Signal, we do user engagement. So we allow you to message your users via push notifications and that messaging, email as well as SMS. And one of the cool things about our platform is it allows you to segment your audience into segments based off of things like data tags, which are arbitrary key value pairs that you can set on each user based on traits about their device or their behavior, all that kind of stuff. And it allows you to message these people efficiently. Right, so instead of thinking about, I need to message Andrew, how about I just message anybody who's currently doing a live stream now? It allows you to do that. But we also allow you to just message Andrew if you like. So given that your platform is about feature flagging, enabling the thing, that's an easy. We can easily get that in. So now I guess we got to figure out, what do we want to do on the engagement side?
So I think in-app for stream is probably easier to do. Maybe not. But I'm just wondering, like,
it can be. It depends. So in-app messaging is for mobile. So we would be building a mobile application, which is fine.
No, we're not building.
Oh, you don't want? Okay. All right. Well, because maybe DevCycle, do you have an SDK? Maybe that's we just begin building the iOS app, or Android if you prefer Android, or if you want like do a cross-platform, we have
let's do it.
Or do you want to continue with the web that we were doing?
I don't know. So we have mobile SDK. We got an iOS SDK. We can do it. So I think this is really powerful because yes, I think that should be. Do we want to start? No, hold on. Let me pause for a second. So I think we're December. I think we've got this web app that we've built. I think we should finish that one.
Okay.
And then I feel like iOS should be our next thing, because otherwise we're going to leave people on a cliffhanger. I feel like we can give them something by the end of our stream today based on our kind of simple web app. So what do you think then? If we got a web app,
let's keep going with the thing, the site that we were building, because it's already there. It's already there.
What do we want to do with it? I guess that's the question. What's the One Signal feature that we want to add?
I would say, let's do an email capture form.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here for that.
By the way, we have a comment from Marshall B. Codes. How about a feature that pings a select group of coworkers, like managers, engineering, HR, etc. So only those that need to be in the know will get pinged. So we could do something like that as well.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then, hold on, there's another one. Sorry, the idea is rough. That's fine. What you're watching, bro, everything that you're watching is literally made up on the spot. Don't worry. We're not here to judge you. So, do you want to drive or shall I drive?
That's a good question. You've been driving the last couple of times. Let me get it up there. Let's see if we let's give it a try. Let me move you over here, and then get so I need to screen share on Zoom, right? That's our easiest thing to do for you.
If you're driving, who's driving? Oh, you're driving?
Yeah, I'll drive.
Okay, if you're driving, then just share your screen on Zoom.
Okay, so I got that there, and then I'll share my screen on Zoom.
I guess I should move. Let's go to my screen and
Share screen. I'll share desktop 1.
And I'm gonna change my camera right quick because it's showing my eCam thing. It's gonna look different. I apologize in advance. But there you are. Cool.
Ooh, dark mode messages from Kenny. No, we're not sure. I gotta go and pull this up. While you're getting that stuff set up, I've gotta go and actually grab this repo. And where did we put this? I feel like we put this somewhere very interesting.
The repo?
Yeah, is it in OneSignal? Is it in your will? Where did it end up?
I think it was in OneSignal developers, I hope. And if not, it may be under IMO separate. I guess we'll find out. If you press Command K, I think, or you could do this too.
All right, give me 1 second. I realized I cleared my cache.
Oh, by the way, Marshall B. Coates wants to know, how can he follow you? Where are you at?
Where am I? I'm everywhere. I'm in all of the spaces. So I'm on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, on Instagram, on GitHub, all under Andrew D. McLean. So it's like ANDREW D. McLean everywhere.
All right, I'm putting it in here. Oops, dang it. Okay.
GitHub. There we go. Let's get that down. Let's get up desktop. Where are we hiding? Sign into GitHub. Holy moly. So many screens. Oh, I need to get an auth code. Good Lord. I love having a very secure setup, but at the same time, it is a lot to do with where are you hiding? GitHub, Heroku, Google, Discord, GitHub.
One of the things that I wish that we would have implemented in desktop is signed commits. There's some that I wanted to do, but I don't think a lot of people understand the benefits of them.
What are the benefits of them?
Well, given that open source is it's based on like these distributed repositories, anyone can make commits, but how do you verify that a commit came from, it won't be a person, but from a machine that's trusted?
Well, that's true.
And that's what a signed commit allows you to do. And you can set up a GPG key and set it up in what's this thing, GitHub. And then whenever you do a commit, you can sign it with that key. So that when you go to GitHub, if you've ever seen those check marks by certain commits, normally the ones that you make on github.com, they'll have that's a verified commit.
Oh, okay. There you go. Interesting. All right, I found it here. Grab it.
All right, you just got a new follower. You earned yourself a new follower.
Hey, nice. Thank you. It's been a good week for me. So one of my talks dropped from the conference that I did in London, and it's been getting like a lot of people had been waiting for it to come out. And so there's like good weeks and bad weeks for my social media.
Oh, I should do a talk. I haven't had time to do it, but I should probably try to at least do a couple talks next year.
Have you done? You've definitely done talks in the past, though, hey?
Yeah, in the past, but not this year at all. I think I may have done one maybe last year. So okay. I don't do as many talks as the normal developer advocate. So yeah, unfortunately, I guess.
It's interesting because it's a numbers game, right? It really is. Like, you need to have something that is unique to you. And I don't know, it's so interesting. Like when I first started doing talks, all of my talks were related to feature flags, and then nobody really wanted to hear the talk on feature flags. And so I actually switched it. I have a teaching background. Like, I come from like classroom teaching. And so I shifted all my talks to talk about like educational psychology and like teaching pedagogy and like how that applies in this world. And people love it. And I was like, that's sick. Like, that, if that's going to be the angle that I bring to the industry, then that's pretty exciting.
Maybe I can follow your lead. I also have some teaching in my background.
Like, it's been super popular. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up this talk that I feel like you should watch because I feel like you would enjoy it. So
share it in the chat so I can share it with the folks in my chat.
Yeah. So I'll pull it up. allow. Where is it hiding? DevRel. There it is. So, cool. So that was my talk on how teaching skills can elevate developer advocacy.
There's a channel for DevRel. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this is like a consultancy. Hold on, I'm going to share the link to this with you in Slack. See if it opens up in the right window. Come on. Oh, I
think somebody in I forget who it was. Somebody in my chat a day or a few days ago, maybe last week, I don't remember. They were asking about DevRel and such. I felt kind of bad because I'm like, I don't really know much about DevRel, even though I'm in it. I look at other people who I see as DevRel because, I was told this is what DevRel is. So when I see them, I'm like, oh, it's that. It's not what I'm doing.
Listen, I feel the exact same way. So I came in through community. So I was a community manager for a startup called, I like shouting these things out on streams because DevCycle is awesome, but so are other things. So I actually started at a company called Battlesnake. And so Battlesnake is this really cool startup. So it's, you are creating a web server in whatever language you want. To communicate with the Battlesnake engine. And it's basically just like a really simple web server that is communicating and saying up, down, left, or right for your snake. And so these are both like AI snakes competing against each other, trying to survive and live the longest. But like the entire concept is like bring in whatever language you want, whatever like framework, whatever setup you want to do, and then you can go and compete against other developers. And so like I came into this and I was doing community management. They were like, oh no, you're a DevRel, like you're a developer advocate. And I was like, what? I don't know if that's true. Anyways.
It's the role of identity crisis is what it sounds like.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, so the talk though that I wanted to share, not mine is good.
I think I saw it. Oh, not yours. Okay, never mind.
Not mine. So the one by Sue Smith. So I actually saw this talk. So she works at Fastly, but she actually used to work at Glitch. I don't know if you've heard of Glitch before. So Glitch is like an online IDE.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. We used to recommend that for hackathon folk, or no, when we would do some of the teaching stuff at GitHub for how to use webhooks or all that kind of like our API, we would set up a Glitch thing.
Yeah. So she used to work there and ran kind of their developer education there. They were acquired by Fastly recently. But her talk on like how to build educational developer content is spectacular. Like I cannot say enough positive things about her talk. And like she actually gives, I wonder if there's a link in here. Yeah, I don't know if there's a link in here, but she gives some links to like the actual framework in her talk. So yeah, this is a really, really, really good, like if you're interested in developer relations at all, the DevRel group is kind of like what I have discovered anyways. This is like, it's a small community in developer relations. And this is kind of like this conference anyways is like a community of practice for developer relations practitioners to go and like meet with each other and share their knowledge and experience. So there's some really, really cool stuff here that's definitely worth checking out. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for code. Y'all want to see us make something. So let's take a look at what we have here. So on the screen, we have some fairly elegantly written, if I do say so, on Will's behalf, JavaScript. And yeah, so we're pulling in through the CDN for both the OneSignal SDK and the DevCycle SDK. This user that we're defining here is for the DevCycle SDK. So we're initializing DevCycle with 3 pieces of information. We're setting it up with our client SDK key. We're setting it up with our user object, and we're setting it up with our options. Options is optional, but basically this just allows us to see a lot of the logs in our console. Yeah, and then in here, we've got our on client initialize stuff. So basically, if there's an error here, it's going to return a console and tell us what's going on. And then in here, we're defining this variable based on what we've set up in the DevCycle platform. So we've got a one signal integration variable set up. And so if it's not enabled, we're going to kind of follow this one signal push information. Yeah, so that's kind of the flow here. And then what we were doing was we had sort of two variables that we'd created. One is the one signal integration enabled, and then the other one was this does Apple Rock variable. So this one was a Boolean variable, and this one was a string variable. I'm gonna get this set up. I need to run, what is it to run? It's like npx http serve or something like that.
To run a simple server?
Yeah, like a really simple server.
Do Command Shift X. And then type in live server.
First one?
Yeah, and install that. And then press Command W, and then go back to your file, whatever it is, and do Command Shift P, and type live server, something like that. Start.
Okay, so.
Oh, wait, I got some comments. Oh, that was you, Marshall B. All right, he says that was him who wants to learn more about DevRel. Well, you're in the right stream. Andrew knows more about DevRel than me.
I don't know. You know more than you think, Will. I disagree. I think every time that I come on one of these streams, I'm like, this is one of my favorite people in DevRel right now. So
I'm glad to hear. We should do more streaming. And by the way, what's up, Casual Economist? He's excited. He says another Will and Andrew stream.
I love it.
Hey, you're here building the audience. Look at us.
I'm here for it. So yeah, here's our simple web app. This is it. I mean, it really is simple.
Well, it seems simple, but I think it's important to say, because I know there are a lot of people starting out. When they see something like this and we call it simple, it could be a little bit demotivating when they're like, well, if this is simple, then like, how come I'm struggling or whatever? So there is a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, which is actually complex. We do have some complexity here. Not only are we using two different SDKs or plugins or whatever, but there's also some stuff that we had to do on our platform side, namely going to set up the the feature flags on DevCycle, which is not trivial, as well as going and creating an app on the one signal side, which is also not trivial.
No.
So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there because I know that there might be some beginners out here being like, oh wait, wait, this is simple.
That's very true. Yeah, that's true. I agree, and thanks for that. That's a good catch too. I think to get started, since this is going to be kind of our pièce de résistance, I really, really want this to at least look, I want it to be as pretty as we can possibly make it. Do you use Tailwind in any of your projects, or are you a Bootstrap or Material person?
Yeah, I've used Tailwind. In fact, I'm using it right now. You can get the CDN and
yeah, that's what I'm trying to grab, but I'm in mobile docs. There we go. Come on. What do you do? I've never used it professionally, but I have used it for my own personal projects. For GitHub Desktop, we actually just use raw CSS, or less technically, SCSS, which is it's CSS, but it gives you a little bit more stuff to work with. It allows you to escape the cascade, which that's the real devil. You said it's React, no, it's really the cascade. I don't know why the docs are taking so long to load here. Or maybe I'm in the doc. Oh, there we go. Okay, where's my CDN? Play CDN. So I will say, so if you've never heard of CSS, Tailwind CSS before, Tailwind CSS is a component. What is it? What do they call it? Like
So
component
it's
first?
not necessarily components, but they have gone through and created like these atomic styles that you could then compose together.
Yes.
And it's really cool. I don't know. I followed the guy before they started doing Tailwind. I think it was Adam or whatever. He was doing a lot of CSS stuff, and he wrote a book called Refactoring UI, which I think was really good. And that's what got me into Tailwind, was his thoughts on typography and like how to lay out certain things.
Yeah. I mean, I love Tailwind. My preferred stack is I think maybe we've talked about this before too. I love the tall stack.
Oh wait, there's another stack. Oh gosh,
No.
I'm just not learning this tall.
No, so this is like, honestly, it's because I like PHP as a language. It really resonates with me, and I find this stack really accessible. So it's Tailwind, Alpine, Laravel, and Livewire, and so like Livewire was built by the same person that built Alpine, and it's like really closely integrated in with Laravel, but like it's just a really, really clean stack. Yeah, so Adam, Caleb, and Taylor kind of like combine. I don't think Adam's necessarily like fully in this, but like Caleb and Taylor are very much the anyways, I love this stack. That's how I kind of fell in love with Tailwind, was just building some Laravel projects.
As a tall person, I resonate with this stack.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
Goodness. I'm not 6'4". As a slightly less tall person, it also resonates with me. So one of the things you might notice here, which is kind of good, kind of bad, is Tailwind does this interesting thing called pre-flight, where it strips out all of the classes that are built into your browser.
You need that. You absolutely need that to happen. We used to call it a clear fix back in the day.
Yeah. So like you'll see here, like if I remove the CDN, you'll see that it goes back. This is all like default into the Chrome browser on Mac. And so if I now uncomment that, so this is like base styles, nothing has been added here. It strips it all out. But then you can kind of go down to your classes here, and it's got these, like these utility classes here. And so I can go in here and say, I want this to be like text 3XL, and then it's going to automatically update that. And maybe I want the font to be like font black, so like super bold. Or maybe like I want to, I don't know, set it to be like, you get all of these options that you can add in here. And then you really get to define what that looks like. There's a cool part about this, and I don't know if it would work if we did it in this setup, but Tailwind Play, they have like an awesome playground that you can go through as well. And a lot of the power comes through this sort of config setup that you get, which allows for you to define specific things. So if you want to have all of your headings be a specific class or look a specific way and not have to define it every time, you have the ability to do it in here. And if you want to pull Tailwind into like your existing CSS file, you can do it there. But what we're doing with the CDN is basically allowing us to get access to all of these features because it's a just-in-time compiler. Will, if somebody doesn't know what a just-in-time compiler is, what does that mean?
All right, so in this case, the just-in-time compiler for Tailwind is relatively new. I think that they released it early last year, or maybe late the year before. And just-in-time compilation, well, I think it's first important to talk about what compilation is.
Yeah,
it's really just translating from one language to another that I guess your runtime can execute. In this case, the CSS, because we're typing text 3XL font black. That's not something that our browser understands. So we need to then convert that into something that the browser does understand. And it turns out that because these things are composed in each class, there could be a lot of duplication and all that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure you're not duplicating a lot of stuff because your CSS file is going to grow. So the just-in-time compilation means that whenever it needs it, it's going to compile it just in time versus an AOT, which is ahead of time compilation. You do the compilation step at the build time and then you deploy. Right, so in this case, it's just in time is when the page is loaded, it's going to compile the script, or not the script, but it's going to compile the CSS, versus in the past, we would do all of that stuff up front, and then we have a bundle that we then deploy out into the internet. So yeah, that should give, hopefully that's a clear enough explanation to folks.
Yeah, that was awesome. Well, then I'm just checking audio. Some audio issues. Oh no, that sounds good. Awesome. Yes, that was perfect. Thanks, Will. So just so you know, though, like at the end of the day, for you as the developer, the end user, what it's really doing is if you go in here and so I highlight where I defined that 3XL. So this is what 3XL actually is. Basically within the Tailwind styling that you're installing when you use your CDN or SDK, it's sort of saying, so text 3XL is equal to a font size of 1.875 REM, which is like a responsive width based on your browser. And then the line height is 2.25. And then font black is font weight 900. So it's just like giving you an easier way in sort of like 2 words with a dash, you can do what it would take you sort of 2 lines and many more characters to do here. So, yeah. So that's kind of what Tailwind is, and I think it's really cool because it allows you to do some really cool styling that is like built that kind of sets it up more default. So like I can go into my. Do we actually have this set up as body? Yeah, we do. There we go. Like I think that I can do class equals mx auto, and then it'll get some. Maybe not with full height screen. This might not actually do anything right now because we don't have any of this stuff defined. Item center, justify center, flex. No, we don't. That actually. Put these in a div. None of this actually makes it look like any prettier or anything else like that. I just think it's I think it's cool to kind of see how easy it actually works. And then we could format with prettier. There we go. And then let's do div class. I wonder if I can do, I think text center. I think it applies to all the children as well. Yeah. So there we go. So we just went from sort of non-styled or not a lot of control over the style to now this kind of setup where we've got this kind of demo here, which I think is pretty cool.
I have something that will blow your socks off.
All right, blow my socks, Will. I'm ready to have them blown off.
I want you to go to, it's a hosted, well, you won't be able to do it maybe, but I don't want to do it here locally, but just go to Make Real or Google Make Real.
Make Rail?
Real, Makerel. And one word, no space. And then, maybe that right there. Now, this is cool because you get to draw your UI in an Excalidraw-like environment. And then when you click Make Real, it will give you the code in Tailwind CSS.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So what do we want it to look like, chat? If you're here, Casual Economist, welcome to both streams. I'm glad you're watching on both of them. What do we want this to look like? Give us like a description of a UI.
You have to draw it.
No, I know.
Oh,
They
okay.
can describe it. I will draw it.
All right. Well, let's do a box. So I think you got to do R maybe. At the bottom, you see that little.
Oh yeah, I got it now. Okay, there we go.
So yeah, that could be your view, and then press T, and that should give you text. And if you click there, you can put like a header or whatever. Just put some things. And then you can do another T for your subheader. And I'm going to give you a key right quick. Give me a second while I go and grab a key. And this is only going to be for this stream because it's going to show up on your thing. Oh wait, chat. It's not chat, it's OpenAI. I think people y'all should be able to see my screen, right? Or maybe not, I don't know who's watching this. Let me move my stuff off and give you your API key. I'm going to share it in Slack.
Okay.
And of course you could change the colors, but like I think let's just do it without changing colors just so you can see how cool this is. You can create buttons and all those things. It's pretty cool.
All right.
And click Make Real.
Keys in.
Now you want to be careful when it finishes making it real. Like there might be a bug where it like if you click on something outside, it'll close the window or the modal. So just like wait for it to finish.
All right, here we go. Make Real. Oh, there we go. I see it there. Things are happening. Okay. Header, subheader, there we go. Double click to interact.
Click on that that thing and copy HTML.
I love that it will send it into StackBlitz and Code Sandbox too. That's awesome. Copy HTML, and then we're gonna go back over to
just put it in a new file because I don't want to mess up what we have. Oh, you use full screen mode. Oh gosh, yeah, I never use full screen mode.
It's a dangerous game to play. All right, let's do new file, and we'll call this index2.html, and let's drop that in there. I love that. That's pretty awesome, actually. So you're just defining. So they're defining.
It gets better though. If you open it, it'll look just like that. But yeah, it's cool because now if you're like me and if you're style challenged,
I'm with you there.
You go there and it gets you almost there, and then it's it looks good enough for me at least. So
I don't know. I think we can do this. So let's go. So this is what I'm gonna replace. So we'll leave that. That's fine. And then let's grab, so that's fine. And we'll just change the language there. So we're gonna change this to that. And we're gonna change this to ID message. All right, and we'll get rid of this subheader text here. Actually, it's fine, it can stay there. And then body, let's grab that. All right. That, oh, I see. I'm getting lost on which one is which. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think we can get rid of that now and save that and close this. Don't save. Let's go over and refresh our page. So it should be looking something like this. So now if we go over here, hey, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is very cool. Make real. This is why you tune into this stream, folks, because you get to learn cool tools.
So yeah, I'm actually, it's just an open source project. I'm running this locally on my M1. It's pretty awesome.
Is this yours? Like you?
Oh no. No, this someone else did this, but I understand how they did it because they're using the Excalidraw core, which makes it a lot easier, right? Like most of this is building this part, but then when you select that, it's markup essentially, and then that's sent as embeddings over to OpenAI, along with there's a prompt that Make Real sends out, and it'll go off and give you the tailwind and all that kind of stuff.
I love this. This is amazing. Based in London, TL Draw. Yeah, and there's the repo.
Yeah, I don't know if they are if they're an official company, but I would love to invest. So if someone knows them, connect us, or maybe I'll reach out myself. But I would love to invest in their company.
It's a very smart idea. I love that it's an open source project as well. That is spectacular. Is it just like a node? What is it?
I think all of it is, it's all front end, right? So they're not doing any of the actual AI stuff. They're just sending that to OpenAI. So the front end is just it's probably a React app written in TypeScript. Yeah.
I love this. That's super cool. I had no idea. I'm going to be using that for all of my projects. I have a project that I've been needing to rewrite for a while, the UI that I have, and I'm frightened to do it, but I'm less frightened now. I love that. All right, so let's actually pull this. We're going to pull this paragraph because we don't actually need a subheading in there. Let's pull that down into here. Save that. Yeah, that's the right spot that we want it. Okay, so what was our thing that we were going to try and do? We were going to actually try and do something.
Email capture form.
Email capture form.
Yes.
So let's keep going down the TL Draw stage.
I love how it's second nature now. It's hey, we know what to do now.
All right, so we need a form. So let's grab our box. And we're going to grab do you need to define it as an input?
No, you just create another box and it figures out what you mean. But you'll probably want to put a text label over it just so that it's clear.
All right, so what do we need on our form, folks? So we need do we want to just do email capture? Just really simple?
Let's have a label, say what you like to help us build an app as a reference to Rick and Morty. Season 4? Or is it season 5? I think it's season 5.
All right.
I don't remember.
All right. Is that it? That's all we need?
Well,
we
need another text item. Say, give us your email. give us your information. Give us all your personal information. Something funny.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. All your information are belong to us. I just aged myself. Give us all your information. All right, and then we got a text box there.
No, we should say show me your information as a reference to show me what you got.
I love it. I love it. All right, there we go. There we go.
And we're gonna need a button. Yeah, let's make the button a different color.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. So what do we think? What's your favorite color?
Orange.
Orange. All right, let's do it. Oh, we don't want that. We want to go fill. Where's our fill?
I want to say that the fill is that thing. So you see, icons are so hard. Yeah, that.
Oh, there we go.
So the cool thing about Excalidraw is that it embraces. If you've ever heard of Balsamic,
yeah, I love Balsamic.
It's basically that, where it's like the idea is to not make it look perfect or whatever, because it takes you out of the mindset of we're prototyping. So,
if you have not used Balsamic before, so I used it when we the first program I ever ran doing like technical education for teens. Everybody was like, use Figma, use Figma, use Figma, and I was like, no, use this, because like
Figma is the wrong tool for doing user experience design. Now for UI design, I do think that Figma is the correct choice. Oh,
absolutely. But like, it's also what I love about this is, yeah, they have a cloud thing, but like it's desktop first. It's like you have this device, this tool on your device. It's like super easy to use, but like incredibly powerful. My first app that I built, I built a wireframe in Balsamic years before the app actually got built, and it was still like basic and relevant enough that I was able to use it. So if you haven't checked out Balsamic, check it out. Okay, so we got, would you like to help us build an app? We're there. Oh, I got a second one there.
Yo, what's up, Hassan? How are you? Welcome to the stream.
We got our text input. We got our big submit button. Let's make that. Ooh, maybe make this box a little bit bigger. I don't know. We'll leave that. It's fine. Make that. There we go. Are we good? I think we got our form there. But I wonder if it's going to save that we had put a key in previously.
It should be there. I think it stores it as a cookie. Don't go look. But just try to just do the thing and see if it'll work.
Is it there? I feel like I'm missing a button now.
You're on the I don't know if this is the same site.
I don't think it is. I wonder if I can copy and paste. Oh no, what was it called again?
Make Real.
Make Real, yeah. Leave. Make Real.
Yeah, thank you for joining, Hassan. We are. Oh yeah, here you are. So it's.
Oh, sick! And you can copy and paste. I love that. All right.
You know why, right?
Why?
It's just markup.
I love this. This is so wonderful. This is so wonderful. I'm very happy with this choice to make this day. Oh, first. Oh,
yeah. Put that key back in, maybe.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna grab that again.
So it turns out it doesn't store it as a cookie, which I guess that's okay. I guess. I wonder. So maybe I could go and contribute a PR if you think that would be helpful. Like if we store the key in a cookie, so that whenever you come back to the site, it's there.
Yeah, I don't know if it is actually. I do wonder, is it helpful? Like it's kind of nice from a security standpoint to not have your API key.
You got to be selfish. It'll be nice for us right now, so you wouldn't have to go and copy it again. That's how I'm very much a frustration-driven developer.
That's the best way to be a developer. Okay, and I'm not actually. I don't know what's going on, but all
right, Hassan, he's asking what are we doing with AI? So we're not actually integrating AI into this. We're just building like a dummy demo app to demonstrate some features of our two platforms. We're using AI because why not? Like if we don't have to sit here and type code and we could just have a computer do it, why not?
This is the thing, right? Is I feel like there's a lot of conversations about like, is this really a valuable tool? But like it took me like a long time to build my first app, and I'm glad that I built it like without using AI. But now that I know what's going on, it's such a useful tool. All right, here we go.
And I think when we copy this markup, we're going to want to make sure we don't we're going to have to delete the div wrapper because
Yeah.
we just want this. We already have a div wrapper.
I love that. That's exactly what we want it to be. Yeah.
It's interesting. So it put the show me your information as a placeholder. I would have, I guess that's okay. Although it's not very helpful to an end user, I would put in a demo email address there to make it clear that this is the way that the type of.
Well, I think we can do that though.
We can. We'll just replace the placeholder whenever we see it.
All right, so let's go, and I'm gonna leave that subheader there for right now. Oh,
wait, a script? Oh, okay. Delete the script. Yeah, delete the script for now.
I love that it thought of that though.
Or actually, no, don't delete it. Just move that one little document.get element, whatever thing, move that into our existing script.
All right, so we had our HTML there. We have our body. Do we need to?
No, you could delete everything from head, like all of that can go away, doc type.
Yeah.
And I think body should also go away.
Yeah, I think you're, no. Oh, yes. Yeah, there we go. Okay, body, go away. Okay. All right, so I think that should be working. I'm just gonna add some Tailwind specific linting in here because I feel like Tailwind.
I'm gonna answer a question right quick. So Hassan is asking, so to have an API, do they charge you for each input and output? What do you mean? I don't know if I understand. And who is they? Are you talking about DevCycle or OneSignal or someone else? All right, what you think? How's that?
I think it looks good.
Huh?
I think it looks great. I'm very impressed.
What happens when you click that submit button? Do you get the alert?
No, but I wonder if you actually need to have information in it. What's going on? Console cannot read type properties add event listener.
Oh,
What?
okay. Go to your script. I think I see what's going on here.
Okay, let's go document get element by D info form. Yeah, info form. Do you know what it is?
I do not.
That should be working. Is it?
Actually, I do. I know what the case is. So because the script is being loaded, so let's put this inside of a document.onReady event handler.
Okay.
No. Well.
Oh, we already have one? Do we already have one?
Maybe. You'll have to search for it. I really don't. I don't know. No, we don't.
No.
Or is it on load? Okay, so yeah, what you'll do is just wrap that whatever that snippet of code was. You'll just wrap that in a document.onReady or something like that.
Yeah, is it on ready? Hold on. I need to go and let's go do what every good developer should do on ready JavaScript. Head over to Google, document ready, jQuery. Why is everything in jQuery vanilla? Come on.
Oh, well, you'll look it up.
Document on ready. Oh, it's on load, I think.
So he clarifies OpenAI to use their API is completely free. Not that I know of. I don't know. It's through my company that I started a few years ago, and I think that when I got access to it a couple years ago, I set it up with a credit card, and I think it does. I think it charges me too. I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask when it comes to prices of things. I'm looking though, but it's not free. It's definitely not free. However, it is free. Like if you have your own computer, you can run these models on your own machine if it's powerful enough. So, for instance, this tool that he's using it on the internet, but actually I'm using it locally, and I use Llama, which is an open source AI model to do my stuff. All right, so that function there. So here's what you could do. You'll just put a closure, or what do you call it? Like
No, I know what you mean. The curly.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
not the other ones. The other one. The
which one?
It's parentheses and then the equal sign greater than.
Oh, this thing, and then that.
Yeah,
yes.
And then you could jump.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, whoa. Undo. I want to teach you another way of doing that.
All right.
Undo again. All right, now press Alt or select, make your selection, the whole thing, and press Alt or option, I think, and then up.
Hold on, I'm on a Windows keyboard, so it's probably.
Oh, you're on Windows.
Well, I'm on like a Windows keyboard.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
I love that. That's awesome. All right, let's save that. So that should now, if everything works properly. Yeah, there we go. Awesome.
So you can't host through OpenAI. That's not what they do. They provide basically they provide API calls so that you can use their servers to do AI stuff, and then they'll give you back the result. But I see that you see that they charge. All right, are we good?
Yeah, we're good. It's working.
It works now.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Yep, we're good. All right, so we've got this working. We can collect information, but I have a feeling we need to actually send this information somewhere. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think this is where I guess we have to use this what do you call the thing, feature flag, because when we run this, we have to make sure that the feature flag is enabled before we do the thing, and maybe even smarter would be to make sure that feature flag is enabled before rendering the thing.
Okay. Before we render the capture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm not saying we're going to do that now. I'm just like, I think we should start off with just let's do the API call, and then we can then go a step further and then make it to where we conditionally render this form here based on whether or not we want to collect people's emails.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So I think we have the OneSignal API already in place, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it's here. It's already installed, and we've got it set up with the OneSignal key. Yeah, everything's set up.
Okay, so we're going to call that OneSignal, and we're going to show how little I know when it comes to working without IntelliSense. I don't know names of things. I make it a point to not remember them. So we're going to have to consult docs. And by we, I mean us, you.
You mean me, because I'm the one shared on screen right now.
All right, Hassan, thank you for joining. And if you want to check this out, this will be on VOD. So don't feel the need to hang around. You can always come back and get to the little bits and pieces that you want to see in the future. But yeah, thank you for joining and having a conversation with us.
All right, let's get that at full screen. And now I'm going to get my window. Oh my goodness, come on. Yeah, this full screen. There we go. All right, you had a full screen too. Wonderful. All right, so let's go over to...
I can give you a tool, if you would like, that will change your life. Similar to MakeWheel.
What is said tool?
Go to App Store, in the Apple menu App Store. And then type in Magnet.
I've heard about Magnet before, actually. You're not the first person to mention this to me.
Yeah, I'll use Magnet. That's the thing that I'm...
$4.99. That's highway robbery.
I will disagree. As a developer, you like to eat, correct?
I do.
Well, then, it's my opinion. Other people may disagree with it. If you really want to go far and really be successful, you help others. So it's just like, if you're unwilling to pay another software developer for their thing, then why should someone pay you for your thing?
You are not wrong. Interesting.
And it's Christmas. Maybe I'll get it for you. I'll send you some.
Don't send it to me. You don't need to do that.
I know I don't need to. It's want. It's not about need. Like, I got you, bro. I'll just get it for yourself, and then I'll take care of it. It'll be for Christmas.
Well, you're too.
Like, I can't have you over here managing Windows by yourself.
There's another one that somebody told me about, and I can't remember. But
there's one called Divi as well. There's another one called Squares or something like that.
Yeah, maybe that's the one.
There's a few of them. They're all good. And there is actually an open source one, a tile manager for Mac OS. but that's a little do tile manager or for Apple. You got to put Mac OS, and then delete the open source and just put GitHub or something like that. Yeah, that one. Yabe. It's Yabe.
Still, this isn't bad. August 13th. Boost your Mac productivity with Amethyst. Anyways, what did you say it was called?
Go back. It was the other one. It's the one beneath
Yabe?
it. Yeah, Yabe. Yeah. So this will kind of maybe show you if it's a GIF. No, it's not.
No.
Essentially, what it is that on Linux systems, this is what I used to do. So instead of worrying about how your windows are managed, if you scroll up, there's a website, I think. If you scroll up, they don't have it.
Hold on, I'll find it. I'm sure it's out there.
Interesting.
YABAI. Oh no. Interesting. Oh, here we go. Let's mute this and watch it. Introduction, build, installing Homebrew, installing Yabe, starting Yabe.
So it's this idea that, instead of you worrying about window management, as you open things, the tiling manager will do that for you. Oh, somebody, DN Bowl, he says, I like rectangle for window management. So it is called rectangle. Okay, I said rectangles. It's just rectangle. Yeah, unfortunately on a Mac, like Apple does not give you this, so you have to go out and pay for it. But
Ooh, and it's FOSS too. Look at that. I gotta say, so yes, I this free for 10 days.
For Pro.
Okay, this is my hot take. I feel like we've gone too far down the rabbit hole of subscriptions for like really great tools. I would rather pay more. I would rather pay like a significant amount of money more.
Magnet's $5
for a tool.
And it's,
I know, right? And it's funny, like 2 minutes ago, I was saying like Magnet. But like, I do feel that we've moved into and I realize everybody needs to eat and all the rest of this stuff, but subscriptions are getting out of hand.
I do agree. I agree. I wanted to buy a jump rope. Like it's a connected jump rope. In order for it to connect to your phone, you had to pay a $10 a month subscription.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Certain things do make sense. Like obviously, there's infrastructure costs. You got to pay for that. And then there's the expectation from a lot of people that software should be updated. And if you've been a developer for long enough, you understand that that's not a trivial task.
No.
And someone needs to be paid for it. Now, maybe AI will help with that, but
maybe.
I don't know. I don't see. But
like,
Dan Bull says that the free version is enough, so
awesome.
You don't have to pay for it.
But like, okay, so like here's a model that this is my email client that I use on my Windows device, and so it's like Microsoft Outlook or whatever, but without the subscription. But for them, their pricing model is so it's like $100 Canadian to get it. You get a year of upgrades, and then so this is like version 9 now, and I will get every update of version 9 that I want to. And then whenever they come out with version 10, I'll have to pay an upgrade fee. And I'm like, okay, great. So like I can keep using this software as long as I don't want the shiny new features of 10, and I'm still paying less than I would. And like I paid 2 or 3 times to get the upgraded version because I'm like, it's so worth it anyways.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'm with you on that. I am tired of most software subscriptions, but fortunately, I can get by without most of it because I can build my own tools. In fact, that's what I do a lot. A lot of the things I have, I've built myself.
It's true. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so we're gonna go to the One Signal docs, and what are we looking for?
We're gonna go to scroll down to dev reference, and then
SDK
we're gonna front end SDKs, and then web SDK. And on the right, there should be something for email if you scroll down, which should maybe take us to another page. Maybe, I don't remember. It's been a while. Yeah, it looks like it will, so go to that.
Okay, JavaScript. Okay, so this is what we're doing. One Signal user add email. Yeah, okay. Let's go back over into our code base for a second. Where are we hiding? There we go. Okay, so this is gonna have to go on form submit. So we'll just put it in there as like a placeholder for right now. Actually, do we want to test and see if this works?
We put it on line 75. On line 75.
Oh, that's right, of course, because that's our submit listener. Good Lord.
Well, we don't technically have a submit. That's the thing. So we do, but it's weird. So all right, with forms, you technically don't need to have an event listener because you can just do it in the submit. However, I'm not sure if we're using the submit. Is that button, was it type submit or was it type button?
I think it was type submit. Hold on. Type submit. Yeah,
okay.
That's why it's working.
Okay, so technically we didn't even have to do that. That could be a button and we can just say on click. It would be the same thing. But we don't want to change it. We don't need to change it.
But remind me, so this, we don't need the event
you're gonna want that now because this is a submit. The browser will refresh the page unless you prevent the default behavior.
Oh, okay.
And that should happen at the beginning. Like that should be the first thing you do.
Okay, let's do that then.
Remember, it's all up. It'll switch it for you too.
I can't change my default way of doing things so fast. Okay, here we go. So it's in there. So do we want to try this? Do we want to just see if this actually uploads and see if customer company goes in? So we're gonna go in here and we're just gonna submit. Awesome.
Well, we should have had we need to have the console open.
Ooh, all right, let's go clear that. Let's do it again. So this is all just the DevCycle. This is the log stuff. And basically, if you're interested, so this is basically telling DevCycle telling your browser, giving it all of the information and what you should be seeing. You normally don't see this, but this is because we're set it up in like the verbose sort of log setup. Anyways, let's clear that. Click submit. Okay, so no errors in, well, the violation, but no errors in the log. So I'm assuming that one signal
go to network
worked.
And redo it, push the button. All right, so I saw no network request happen.
Yeah, I think you are correct. All right,
so here's what we could do to debug, just to see what's really happening or going on. Go to the sources tab and press Command P and type in the name of the file that is it index maybe?
Yep. Yeah, it's the first one.
All right, and then you can throw a breakpoint on the what do you call that thing? The event handler on line 75 or something like that. Yeah, you click in the gutter, or you can press Control B or Command B, I think.
There you go. All right, and what am I putting in here? Just
nothing. Just submit and see if it catches. All right, perfect. And now we can do F10, and then F10 again. Okay. All right. Well, I guess. All right. That's interesting. So it is actually doing it, and press F8 to finish execution. All right. So let's check to see if this happened. I'm going to have to check on my end because.
Yeah. Do you want to take over screen share so you can show what's happening here?
Yeah, I guess so. How do I? Hold on. Let me figure out how to do that.
Just share on mine so I can show it.
Okay. Oh gosh. All right, this thing doesn't, I don't know.
It's okay, we don't have to.
I have 4 displays, but it doesn't, like this thing doesn't show me which one. I'm going to just cycle through them.
Okay.
Give me a second.
It won't show up on my screen anyways.
Okay.
Until you decide.
All right, there you are. So we should be sharing yours, and
yeah.
You can keep your screen share. I'm just going to move yours off to over here.
Yeah.
I think it was under this one. Watch as I fail to type every single time. See, this is the cool thing about Magnet. You get to do stuff like this. I mean, I know it's not that big of a deal, but
It is though.
think it's
It's the
pretty
little it's the little things genuinely that are the most impactful in this world. When you're sitting at your computer doing cool shit all the time, you really want it to be as easy as possible. I also love, you know how I can tell that you do a lot of streaming is your applications on OneSignal look very similar to my project setups on DevCycle, just full of random projects.
It makes my life so much difficult. Like it's very challenging to keep up with all the things that are going on. So at the moment, I'm trying to figure out whether or not I did this in the OneSignal account that I have or my own account that I have.
I'm pretty sure you did it in the OneSignal account. I think that's what we ended up setting up. Yeah.
There's a reason why I don't do things here in this one. There are hundreds of apps because it's the company.
Well, I mean, you can just create a new one. And
I think that's what we're going to, we're going to create a new one. I'm not going to create it in this OneSignal one because again, I don't have control over what people are doing in there.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a new DevCycle. And I guess I have to put it on the org now. Damn it. And we'll say this is web for now.
Yeah.
The site URL, what is it? Localhost port what?
55.
Okay.
00.
All right. I don't think we need to worry about any of this other stuff.
No. All right. Do you want to throw me that key?
Yep.
Right, let's grab that. And let's put that over here in our...
Oh, I see y'all use linear. I love linear. That's
huge linear fan. Like we weren't using it for a long time. And we started using it fairly recently as a company, and it is absolutely fantastic. I cannot say enough positive. If you have not tried linear, people, and you are using Jira still, you are needing to change things.
Here's a fun fact. I've never used Jira in my life.
Really? You've made your entire life? What did GitHub dog food? Did GitHub use
we use GitHub at GitHub, which is why I use GitHub. In fact, you don't even need linear. I can show you the GitHub new issue board. Like it does the same things. It's keyboard driven just like linear, except now there's not an extra $10 a month per user. Yeah, I used to pay for it for my team, which is why I'm like, I stopped paying. I'm like, I'm paying $8 a month per user on GitHub, and I get all these things. Why would I continue to pay this when I get 85% of what I get from linear?
You're not wrong. I mean, there's some hidden gems in GitHub too. Like I think GitHub wikis, like I've talked to some ex-GitHubbers and they've said like, oh, it's an underused feature, but like you can get a functional wiki in a GitHub repo. You can get your project board in GitHub. Like there's some powerful features that exist in there.
Yeah. It's a cool thing.
It is. All right, so I got that app ID in there. I've refreshed.
All right, so we need to go back to sharing your screen now. So I'm going to stop my share.
So keep yours open because I just sent it, and I want to see if the information. Can you see any of the information about users who are in the system?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
You're all right.
Let me do that. Oh wait, did I just somehow? Okay, I did. Oh man, I was just about to ask what did I call? I'm glad I called it. No, nothing.
Nothing really. Okay, so let me refresh again.
Let me bring yours over here so that you can see.
Yeah, so I'm gonna add. Can I add mine to the
page
too?
One thing to try first is you see that little I button in your URL bar.
Yeah.
Click that and then do like that site settings, whatever, and just clear everything.
Yeah. All right. Let's just clear this. localhost, DevCycle 1 signal, done. All right, reload. All right, let's clear that console. So we're seeing everything. Okay, good. And let's submit. Thanks for submission.
Did it initialize one signal?
Oh, it's a good question.
Is the feature flag on? I don't know if it is. It may be off. Because remember we changed it to do something else, and then
Hold on. Let's go look at our code. Yeah, that's right. Because we did have this is one. Yeah, so we have this like. Let me get this in one row so people can see. So basically, we have like this if one signal, then it initializes, but it doesn't initialize unless we have that in there. So I can just set that equal to true for right now. I'm just gonna. Copy that. Now all I want to do is that key that you gave me. All right, const, and let's just set that to true, and then it should initialize. All right, let's go back over here. Oh, what? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Where's my code? Is one single integration. So if it's not true, wait, hold on. If one signal push. Oh, all right. I don't know why we had it set up backwards, but all right, let's set that to false then. Yeah, so it's initialized now, so it should work. Let's see if it works now.
To answer your question, the reason why it's flipped is because on the line just beneath it is a not. So the simpler solution would have been to delete the not. On line 40.
Of course. I guess my question was, why did we have that set up as not? I think we were doing testing.
Yeah. Well, I think it was because I couldn't figure out because Booleans confused me, and I was just like, you know what? I'll just put a not.
Okay, initialize, submit. All right, let's see if it popped up in there now.
Right. Yep.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. So it's working. Our form is working. We're sending nothing. We're sending nothing. It's just our default value now. But let's go back into our code base and sort of see here. All right, so we're gonna head back down to our on form submit. So one signal add email. So what I think we want to do is we're actually going to want to grab some event information from there. So this is set up as text information. I think we'll set this to email instead of information. No, we can leave it as information. So we should go down to here. And if I'm right, I think is it event data? Do you know?
I think it's target.
Target.
Or current target and then event. Yeah, current target. No, you had it. Yeah, and then dot something like that.
Is that it?
No, go back. You're getting IntelliSense. So if you press dot there, maybe one of those. So maybe it's not that. I don't know.
No, because I think it will grab the information from.
It's target. Do you think?
Yeah, maybe it is target. No, hold on. Grab form information JavaScript. How to submit a form with JavaScript. Okay, form control, username, get element by ID username. Okay, no, how to submit a form with JavaScript. Okay, yes, all this information. Document get element by ID, submit, prevent default, handle submit. Okay. So we do actually, it's the entire JavaScript code. Okay. So we do need to actually grab the value. That makes sense.
That means that we're not setting an action, because generally when you set an action, that will be encoded in the body that is that's posted to whatever.
So that's what I was thinking, right? I was thinking it was coming out of event. So that's fine. Information.
This will work anyways, because it won't run unless there is markup there. So all the things will exist.
Yeah. Oh, and then I think it actually tried to finish that for me. Yeah, dot value.
It should be current target dot value.
Is it? Oh, hold on.
Oh wait, no, you're right. No, this is get element by ID. My bad. You're right.
Okay, so I should grab the value there, and then let's just console log that to see if it's working. Information. All right, let's go and And so here, if I refresh this and it's working and I submit this, it should console log nothing. But if I put something in here, test@test.test, submit. Okay, so it's grabbing that value. So now we just want to update the in here with information and save. And I should probably do some linting of that eventually. But let's see if that works. So I'm going to do hello@world.test.
I may be surprised if this works.
Okay, refresh. Oh, yeah, refresh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It did. Yeah. It did what I expected. Cause I was just like, that shouldn't work because technically this is a different email address. So we have add email address, which is going to create a subscription versus edit. But you can't really, I don't think we can edit it this way. We have to edit it a different way.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So we have this working now. Our form is functional.
So now we got to make it unfunctional, but we need to control it with the feature flag.
Yes. All right. So let's go back into our code and let's look at what we have here. So this is fine. Let me do some linting here. Terminal run. No, what do I want to do here? Prettify. Is it Control P? Yeah. No. What's the to get your Control Shift P? Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you go to do Command comma? Go to your settings. And then type in format, and make sure format on save is on. So you see where default is. You can select that.
There we go.
And then like delete the on save part, and then there's something that's going to say format default. Yeah, click that and select prettier if that's the thing that you use. If you don't have it here, then you need to install it. But it should be here.
It should be there. There it is. Okay.
And if you press Command Com or Command W, that'll close this. And now, whenever you press Command S, it should reformat.
Why am I getting an error?
Where's the error?
Syntax closing tag body. It may have. Oh, do I have another? No, that's old.
Clear that. Like press right click and then clear. That may be old. And then go back and make one. Okay, so now we get the latest. So
no, so I guess I do have a second body in here, which is possible. It must be left over from.
Well, just do a Command F and search for body everywhere. All right, so you only have one. So go back up to the first one. Maybe there's something weird here.
Class.
Header. Well, technically header isn't. Well, I guess it is main.
Oh, hold on. Am I missing?
You're missing main.
I'm missing main. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Okay, that fixes it.
Now you never have to save. It'll format for you.
Sick. Okay. So here we go. So this is working, but we want to. Only have the form show up if the one signal integration is enabled. So we've already got it set up in here. So we're gonna set it back to this setup. So this is actually asking if we've enabled the one signal integration for this user. And then if it's enabled, then we do that. But we also want to only show that as well. So we should also be moving this information inside of there too, right?
Well, this right here, we could. What I would likely do is I would condition this document.add event listener onto that. So what you could do is whatever the name of that variable is, I don't know what it's called, but just copy it and then go down back to that line that we were just on, and then paste it there, and then put ampersand space ampersand. Ampersand is shift 7.
Oh, yes. Okay, duh. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so that means, so now if you're watching and you're like, what's going on? So that basically now, unless one signal is enabled, it won't actually initialize this form to function. So if we go over here, we should see that we're not actually.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, I got to clear the cache.
It's not defined. So it looks like we may have did that out of scope. See there?
Oh, yes. You know why? It's because this is inside of this DevCycle initialized. So we can set this as if we set this as var, can we not use it outside as well?
Wait. Can you? All right. Can you make your code like either the window bigger or smaller so I can see more of it?
There we go.
Okay. DevCycle. So here's something that you could do. Define the is whatever that is. Define that as a let outside of the on client initialized.
So the downside there is we do need this on client initialized.
No,
Technically, we
you will still have it. You're still gonna have it. We're not gonna change that. We keep that there.
I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, you want to do it out?
Just take line 41. That's it. Nothing else. Line 41. I'm sorry, line 40.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to grab.
And then
just the variable, not this.
Yeah, just the variable. And then
change to let.
No. Well, we do want that, but we want to put it somewhere else. Is what I'm getting at. So we need to put that up, like above your whatever this function is. I don't know what it's called, but just move it, like press Command X and then go up, scroll up, and then right there.
Oh, above here.
Yeah,
gotcha.
put it there and make it a let, and then delete the equals. Or you can explicitly set it to null if you prefer. And now on line 42, delete const.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, what is he doing? Come on. Oh my god. All right, there we go. Perfect. So now,
well, I don't know. Is it if you scroll down, it'll tell us whether or not it's defined, or it should complain at us. Is it not?
Yeah,
okay. It seems like it's not complaining. All right.
Okay, well, this is good. We've got our little pop-up down here. So one signal is initialized, but I don't actually think it should be right now. We shouldn't be getting that initialization.
No, don't. Okay. All right, hold on. I had to go in. So every time you do that, I had to go and delete all the things again.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Give me a second. Okay. All right. So if we go back to the code, I think it should be initialized because that's what we said. All right, we say if it's initialized, then we want to do the thing. If it's not initialized, we don't want to do the thing. So if this is working, I think that it's because it's set to true or in the feature flag on your platform. See, on line 47.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Okay, so let's change this. Okay, yeah, so everything's working as it should.
Yeah, so let's change it on your platform. Like, obviously, we can change it in the code. That doesn't really...
All right. So it's you. It's you've got it set up in your.
Oh, it's in
mine?
Sure
it's yours. I think so. Hold on, I'll see.
The DevCycle thing? You added me to your team.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, I can technically see it as well. Let's go to load that up. Teal Drive, Balsamic. So we're gonna go devcycle.com. Create account.
So when we test this, the way we'll have to test is you'll do what you did last time. You'll delete all the things, and then you will turn this to be off. Then we'll refresh, and we shouldn't see the pop-up saying one signal or any of that kind of stuff. And then if that works, then we'll turn it back on, refresh the page, and we should see the one signal thing. And we should be able to put our email and then send it up, and we can go into one signal and see that.
Okay. I caught a third of that, but we'll get there in a second. So one thing I will say, which is kind of cool for anybody that's watching. So if you do what we did, which is not great practice, but it's fine, and you commit your key to a GitHub repository, we have like some logic that's basically constantly looking through GitHub repos to look for our keys. And so you can see here that like the key, I'm pretty sure this is the key that we're using in here. Should end in 6.3. Yeah, so this key that we're using here has been pushed to GitHub. And so it gives us like, it gets really angry with us because of that. And it just basically tells you like your code, your key is exposed. So if you don't have to do that, then you shouldn't, but it's fine for us. So
are y'all using the GitHub secret scanning API for that?
We are. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we got this one signal integration, Apple rocks, targeting. Let's go iPhone. Oh, actually, you know what's kind of cool here? So this is, I wonder, self-targeting. Can I enable self-targeting?
What is self-targeting?
Okay, so this is kind of a cool feature. So let's say you're QA and you're wanting to test a feature, whether it works or doesn't work. So in here, you're actually changing targeting rules for the entire platform. So like these rules apply to every single person on the platform. And so if you change this rule, it will work in each of these environments. Self-targeting, basically you go in here and you define your user ID, and then it will only impact you. So you still are able to see what a feature looks like, but you're not impacting the targeting rules for anybody else, which I think is kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so like here, so in our rule, for example, our user ID is I am Willet Kronos. So if I put that in there, update user ID, it'll say that that's updated. And now in my development environment, which I've set up, I can set it to variation off, apply the changes. And now if I go over to my page not visible, closing stream. So let's clear that and refresh. And DevCycle shouldn't, so this feature flag, this variation is now set to off. So that Microsoft stocks was our off value for, let me get out of here. Oh my goodness, was our variation off for the Apple rocks variable.
Gotcha.
So it basically just allows for you to like not have to worry about setting targeting rules to see a feture, because that can sometimes be challenging.
I think we discovered that last time.
yeah, we did. So I'm going to turn this off for right now, though, because I don't care about this. Update user ID. Oh, user ID can't be empty. Apply changes. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Close. Okay, so that's not active. So one signal integration, variation true, variation false. So we want to set for all users variation off, save. And so now if everything is working properly, we should be getting false. And that means that, one signal integration is not enabled. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. So DevCycle is still technically communicating, but it's not integrated. The integration is not enabled.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's working. And now, so what that means for everybody is that if I go in here and do we want to test and see if that see this working or not working?
Yeah.
I'm also going to go in here and I'm going to turn off logs for DevCycle because it's really busy. I'll just remove the DVC options from here.
Could you also go down into the event handler and I think we were doing an alert or something like that?
Yep.
Where is that at? Here? Okay, so can we, so we're also, actually, never mind, we're good. I forgot that we have the line 75 so we're good, never mind.
Good? Okay. So now I should be, okay, awesome. So we've got this, that's what we want. Yeah, this notification there. So am I going to clear all of my stuff or no?
Hold on, let me check. I don't think you have to. No, you don't have to. I've already cleared everything, so you're good.
Okay, awesome. So what should happen is nothing. So I should go in here and put in whatever information. That's too long.
Honestly, you don't have to put anything. We don't have any validation.
Okay, let's go submit. It's going to give us that notification, and nothing should show up for Will. So if you refresh, it should be still empty.
And that alert, that's what I'm using, actually. The alert that we have didn't pop up.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Oh,
that's why I was saying I wanted to go to the code just to make sure, because I wanted to, I was going to say let's return, but I forgot that we had line 75.
I love that.
We don't have to.
Okay, and so now if we go over to the DevCycle platform and we're going to change this variation to on, and again, we were targeting iPhone user is true, which we had defined here, iPhone is true. last time around. So if we click save here, and head back over to our OneSignal app. So you'll see here that apple rocks, so we can tell just visually that feature flag is on. We can also see the initializing OneSignal in the console here. And now if we go Andrew at test.test, we are going to see it show up in OneSignal. Oh, we didn't see it show up in OneSignal. Interesting. We also didn't get that pop-up notification.
No, you did. You had to click it right there. Subscribe.
Oh, do I have to click subscribe in order to be able to submit?
It's not in order to do the submit. It's that technically, I think that you have to opt in to this. Like this is like GDPR stuff or user privacy stuff. So gotcha. Before we create anything, we ask that. Yeah.
I like that. That makes sense. So now this time it should work because I've subscribed there.
I don't know. I'm not going to say yes, but we'll see.
No, it didn't work. Did not work.
No, it did.
It did, but we didn't get our pop-up.
Yeah. You know what it could be? It could be that we have to refresh the page. And the reason why is because, well, let's first see if it does anything.
Nope.
All right. Well, then I think the way we would have to test this is go to your go to your browser window, and then go to sources, and then put a breakpoint. That's really the only way.
And then
Command P index.
Command P index HTML, and then we're looking down to
line 30 or no 70, I think.
70. Yep. Line 70.
Is it 75? I'm sorry. So yeah, Command B on line 75. And yeah, you can try it. Just do a submit. You don't even have to put anything for now.
What? Am I just click? Oh, just click submit here. Okay.
Okay. So hover over that is OneSignal integration. It's undefined. That's the issue. It's undefined.
Okay, but yet it was still sending.
Yeah, that's press F10. You know what? I don't think it did send last time. Last
you don't
time,
think so?
Yeah, because I'm looking here. We don't have the email, so that never happened.
Interesting.
So what we did was we clicked the subscribe, which created a subscription status here. It even says it created a push subscription.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to our code.
Why is that undefined?
Yeah, so this is set as undefined up here, but then it should be getting defined in here on initialize.
Oh, you know what it could be? It may be the fact that the client is already initialized, and when we refresh it, that on initialize just never ran again.
So what
I'm assuming. I don't know that to be the case though. I'm just
that sounds very much like our life cycle. Actually, that sounds very right. So, okay, so then we need to, there's other hooks we can use outside of initialized within the DevCycle world.
Well, what are those? I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Let's go JavaScript, DevCycle. Okay. Client side. Yeah, client side. Let's go usage. Yeah, so we have on client initialized. We have, where are we hiding? So variable updated, we have feature updated, variable evaluated.
It's probably variable updated. That may be it. It says that it triggers when the variable value changes. I think that's what we want.
When the variable value changes, not when the targeting rule changes, though.
You gotta help me on. I don't know if I follow.
Hold on. Flush events. All variables, all features, reset user, identify user. Oh, we could do identify user actually. Identify user. I'm just trying to think of other hooks to use. On update, that's what it is. On update.
So, okay. what does on update do? Like when is that called?
So that is called any time that the result would change for, hold on, I'm just trying to read this exactly as it's fine. The on update param on a variable object accepts a handler function that will be called whenever a variable value is changed. This can result of project configuration change or called to identify user or reset user. No, it wouldn't be called. I am wrong.
Well, maybe not. Let's just try it. That's what I like doing.
All right, let's do it.
Have I ever told you that I don't trust docs ever, even the ones that I write? I just do it. That's how I'll figure out if it works or not.
All right, so you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna test this out as our first DevCycle client. And then what's our key name? I think it was one signal integration.
Let's make that a const. Let's put that somewhere as a const because this seems like something that, maybe we won't have to change it again.
We shifted. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's change that to false. Okay, false. Okay, good. So that's fine. To define that variable. So on update, let's just console log something. Console log variable updated value. Awesome. Okay. Oh, no. There we go. All right. Save. Yeah. So anytime that variable, one signal integration is updated, we should be getting a console log of that.
There's one other thing we should do.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's going to work. We want to put our one signal, whatever that is, equals to the value. Like
where?
On line 30, that variable should be equal to value. So
yes, this one. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Oh, something's happening.
Were you debugging? If you go back to sources.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. F8. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So let's go to console. Variable updated true. Okay. So it's work. Oh, F8 again. F8 and close that for a second, and then let's inspect again. Okay, hopefully it's working. So refresh. Oh, how do I remove this?
Just click it. Just go to line 76 and press Command B. Or you can click it. You can click it too.
Okay. I think that will stop.
And then F8 and you're good.
Okay. Try refreshing now and see what comes. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So variable update initially is 1 0. That's good. So let's now go to the DevCycle platform, and we're going to change this to variation off. Save and see if it updates over on our application. Okay, that's it. Yeah, so that'll change now when anything updates there. So we shouldn't get that same error that we got before. So let's now change that to true and try it again. So let's change that to variation on, save. Let's go over to here, make sure it updated, and we should now be able to go test at test.test and get our pop-up, but we're not. Maybe I need to refresh this. Test at test.test. I don't think it's sending in though, because we're not getting that pop-up.
I don't, that value, what is it, is one signal feature enabled? That is still not correct. So I wonder, could we just use the variable directly instead of setting it? Let's just use the variable directly. You know what I mean?
No, I have
so
no idea.
On line 32, instead of just copy that variable name, and then go to line 75. Is Control G to get there?
Oh, I see. Okay, variable. And go to line 75 where we're actually doing the is DevCycle this one. Gotcha.
Yeah, it may not be 75 anymore. It was, but we've added
81. This is where you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's refresh this. Okay. Good. Test at test.test. Okay. Good. That worked, and you should have it in your system now.
Yep. Here we go.
Sick. Okay. And now I want to go and disable that and see if it turns off now. It should. Okay, refresh, test at test.test. Nope, so it's still submitting now. Because there is technically variable exists, right?
This is that an object? Can we do a dot?
It's an object.
What's
yeah, let's see what it outputs actually.
So just on line 80, just do a console log variable.
Yeah, it is definitely an object though. I just can't remember what we need to do as our dot. All right, let's go.
If it's an object, you may have to stringify it. Oh, maybe not. Looks like it. All right. Yeah, value, dot value.
Value, yeah.
No, that's it. It's just dot value. You don't have to put.
Oh, we don't need to say if true?
No.
Oh, because it's automatically gonna, okay.
Well, no, it's because this is an expression and you
Yes.
can't mix expressions with statements.
Okay, let's try again then and see if it works. Yeah, okay, awesome. Yeah, it's not enabled. So now we can clean this up actually, right? We can remove this logic altogether, can't we? And then just replace it. Oh, no, never mind. No, I know why we're doing this, but I don't think we need this anymore.
That should basically go back to 47. So just const on line 47, and then you could delete the let on line 30.
And then do we need the variable on update anymore?
On update? Oh, no.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Well, let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out. Test at test.test. Okay, good. And let's change this to variation on. Test at test.test. No. Test at test.test 2. Okay. What? Variable. Oh, it's because we do actually need the on update thing. Because we're telling it to update this.
Okay.
So we did actually need everything that we had.
But we don't need the assignment on line 35, right? Or do we?
No, we do.
Oh, we do. Okay.
I think so. Yeah, because this is inside the on-client initialize. So that our code was fine. I think I just was wondering if it wasn't, but I think this should be. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I removed something else that I shouldn't have. Test at Andrew.test. Okay, why are you not working now? Is there something else that I removed?
Value.value.
Variable.value?
Yeah,
no.
so
That was...
maybe use the just variable. Or actually, no, never mind.
No, so
this is where I would this is where I would put a breakpoint and debug it.
I don't know why is one signal integration. I don't know why it was suddenly working before, and well, I do know because the nature of
that's what this is. That's
variation on. Let's just set it to variation on for everybody. It might be a okay. Initializing one signal, test at test.test. Is variable not defined?
What's interesting is that it didn't initialize one signal until you did the submit, which seems wrong. It should initialize before you do the submit, and then the submit is to actually.
Oh, no. So this is, it's initializing before. It's just like on variable update actually is like part of the life cycle that's called when it's initialized. So these two things are happening. This variable is updated true is basically saying initializing DevCycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're getting true in that log statement, so we should be seeing something happen here unless we're experiencing some type of an error.
Okay,
all right,
so let me see. Let's go back into this and see if it's actually.
Nah, it's not that, because the 95 would have been a dead giveaway for you.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was thinking too. But I was wondering, maybe I'm gonna clear.
Let's go to your sources and put a breakpoint, and like we want to make sure that value is what we expect.
And that's what are we?
82.
82. Okay. 82, and this was commit P or F?
B, command B for breakpoint.
Okay. And then just refresh or try
just
it?
Submit. Yeah, you don't even have to do anything. Yeah. And then if we inspect that, what is that? False.
False.
That's why it's not working.
are you returning false? You were working earlier. Variable.value.
Here's another thing we can do. Hover, go back to the debugger that we were on.
Yeah.
And hover over variable. And actually, maybe it won't happen. So go. Oh no, it will. So maybe we picked the wrong one. Maybe, I don't know. So there's a few things. There's is defaulted.
No, it is the value one.
Oh, it is
no, we
value.
picked the right one. Yep, we picked the right one. Because it's grabbing it up here. So it is actually in this section here. So we've got this constant variable that we're defining up here. It's grabbing it here. On update, it's giving us the value. So it should be that when I go back to my console and I go and change this to variation off, it's going to change to false in my console log when I refresh. I know I'm in a breakpoint thing now, so I got to exit that, F8.
Oh, yeah. By the way, to see your console, it's already open. You don't have to click again. Go to the bottom and just click X to what's new. Yeah, and then if you want to hide it, you can press escape, and that'll hide and show it.
Okay, perfect. So that's good. So yeah, our variable updated true, variable updated false. Let's clear that. Let's refresh. And F8 that. So variable updated false. What does it set over here? Variation off. And if I change this to variation on, yeah. So it is updating in here. And I'm pretty sure.
So when you click that submit, what do you get?
That's not updating.
No, you had to just to submit. Oh, we deleted the console log. Wait, I thought, okay, all right, throw that console log back in. I thought we had that in there. It looks like it's out.
No, we do. We have a console log here.
No, not that one. Scroll down. On line 82, there's not a console log. We want to know what the value is before we read it. So there. So put on line 81.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, and maybe give this a name just to make this clear, because otherwise it's just true, or false, false, which is confusing. So on before the variable.value, just put a string inside the parentheses. So right after the left paren, put a quote.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, sorry. This is what is the value? There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So let's kill this.
F8. Yeah. And I think you will have to refresh this one. And one other thing. Oh no, it did it. All right, perfect. So now you can get rid of the breakpoint. We don't need it anymore. The only reason why we had the breakpoint was to inspect. But
I cannot remember how you said to kill this.
Command
F8
B.
is to kill it.
Command
B. Yeah. Okay.
And press F8 to finish.
Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. So that's good. We're getting that. What is the value? False. Let's change this to variation on. Save. So that should variable updated to true, but it's not running that again. Okay, so it is updating it in the context of.
Well, that should make sense though, right? Because just because your event handler runs doesn't mean that the entire file will run. The only way that will work is if we put that stuff inside of that event handler.
Yeah.
So I think if you refresh, then we should see what we expect.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, there we go. Apple rocks. Test at test.test. Oh, what? It worked. It worked. Damn it. What is the value? False? What? No, I want it to be true. True. Variation on. Variation on. Variation on. So it should be returning true. Variable updated true. What is the value? False.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I don't know. Like I don't really.
Well, let's see. Well, let me see. Let's go up here. So in here is one signal value. Oh, variable. Is it because I'm defining variable like const variable? What if I change that to on update? I mean, maybe we do actually want that. What's this? If we set that to value, what if we go down here and change that to console log? What is the value? Is one signal feature enabled? Undefined.
Which I think that makes sense because it isn't defined
No.
until after DevCycle client initializes.
I don't know what we did that then it suddenly stopped working. Except I was like, let's clean up the code, which we should not.
I mean, you want to know? I mean, this is how it goes. In fact, like we've gone over some things that I'm pretty sure neither one of us expected to go over, like this on update. Like we're starting to get into life cycle. And I mean, we got something working, right? So I don't want you to be. We got something.
No, I'm okay. I think it's just we've got all of these different definitions that are in here, right? So I think this is potentially what's causing it. Okay, this is where we're defining. So we're defining is one signal feature enabled up here, and then after our client is initialized, we are defining that inside of here, and then we're doing this if that is true, if the variable is true up here. Okay, what about this? What if we have variable on update, variable DevCycle client variable on update equals value. Hold on, what about if variable equals value?
To be honest, I don't understand why we even need the variable on update.
This whole thing?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's remove it. Let's just okay, so I don't disagree with you. I think it's an issue of, because technically every time something changes on the DevCycle platform, so we could put a console log in here that basically says console log DevCycle initialized.
I'm also curious, does order matter? Because we're doing this 32 before we initialize DevCycle. Does that matter?
Potentially, but I'm pretty sure every time that this changes, it's going to call a new DevCycle initialized. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong.
No, I think it would only call your initialization once.
Yeah, it should call just once. Yeah.
Yeah, so the ordering of this could matter in some way. But
okay,
here's my take. I know that, I don't know, it may be frustrating. In my opinion, this gives us an excuse for more content, which is...
I'm here for it.
It's okay, now we know what we're doing for the next stream.
Okay, so let's do some comments in here on the errors so we know what's going on next time, because I know we're sitting at 2.5 hours. Goodness. Time flies. So our real issue here is it this for comments in line?
Yeah, we think it has something to do with this variable or this particular thing. There's something to do.
This comment, or is it this comment?
No.
Oh, you know what it is? It's
command slash. I don't actually.
So there's slash, but then there's another one. It's asterisks. Hold on. Comment in JavaScript.
Oh, you're talking about a multi-line comment. It's slash star.
Slash star, that's what it is, slash star. Okay, so yes, perfect. The error we are facing relates to the, did this just actually catch what's going on? That's wild. Do you see this?
Yeah. But I mean, given how these language models work, I don't know. I'm a little bit. It's harder to impress me. I'm it can tell me something that someone else has already written. Hey, what's up, Kyle? How are you?
That's intense. I kind of like that. Likely related to line 37.
What's up, Bopples?
39.
What do you mean you don't know what we mean? What do you mean?
41 to 44. Yeah, I think that's the issue. And 88 and 89 plus 88, 89. Okay, so I think that's a good place. We should push this. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just make a new branch and You can contribute to this, right?
Well, we are now. All right, let's create a new branch. Let's call this, what's the date today? It is December 6th, December.
All right, we got somebody. It's like, I came here to procrastinate. All right, well, yeah, sorry. You came here to procrastinate, but I guess you're going to learn today.
All right, so I don't actually need index 2. Let's discard that. We don't need that. That was for something else. All right, do we want to do any specific comments in here, or are we feeling good?
Nah.
Just let it be. All right, add, let's just call this add subscription form, add one signal sign up form. Okay, that's good. You don't have write access. Want to create a fork? I guess I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, it'll do it for you. You have to create. You have to click the. Okay, never mind.
I mean, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, if you try to publish, it should offer to do it, but the workflow should have been to click that link that you didn't click. All right, and then this one.
I mean, if it's smooth.
And you want to do this one, yeah, contribute. And people hate on GitHub Desktop, and I'm just like, how can you why? You see how easy that was? It created the fork for you on your own account.
And switches it to the fork.
Yeah. So when you you're gonna create a PR, right? So it's just like when people are like, "Oh, I don't like desktop," I'm like, "Have you used it? Or you just hate?"
Oh, what is up? All right, so you're not seeing. I'm gonna pull this over onto my other screen. This is
it opens it up in your GitHub, right?
Yeah, this is beautiful, people. Hold on, here we go. Yeah, I mean that's. Yes,
so
100%.
When you create that PR, what's going to happen is it'll open up a PR on my repo.
Yeah, I love this. That's fantastic. I love it. All right, so we got our PR in there. We have our code. We got something working. Like, honestly, this is the act. We actually have an integration functioning. It worked, and then
it's on video.
Work.
It's on video, so
it's on video.
Don't claim that it's not working. It works. It's on video.
I'm gonna go and review our. I've had a YouTube video going the entire time. I'm gonna go and review this video afterwards to be like, where did things go awry? I feel like it was just removing one thing that I shouldn't have removed. But I love it. I mean, I'm very happy. I'm happy. We look at this. This is a Tailwind styled AI generated application, web app that talks to both DevCycle and OneSignal in some way, shape, or form right now. Not only that though, but also it is ready for the big time. We're going to deploy this. It'll be public. You can give us your email information, and
I want to clarify though. I want to clarify. We generated the UI with AI. Everything else, we had to do our own. The part that we're struggling with, maybe if AI had.
I don't know. I will say I think that one of the best things about doing software development, and I feel like any creative outlet, is I like the struggle as much as I like the final product, So I don't know. I love it though. This is good. TL Draw has now become my, or Make Real is definitely my new favorite tool. So I'm going to be using this ridiculously extensively. I think so. Well, I think this is going to be our last stream before the holiday break, right?
That's up to you.
Well, I think so, because I'm going to be in Portland next week, so I shan't be streaming, I don't think. But I think January 2024 we have got our we're gonna have a very, very functional website by this time 2024.
Well. Wait, by this time
2024, December 2024.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I thought you meant I thought you meant January 6th. I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be working right now.
Yeah,
because I normally take a winter break, but this year has been weird. I canceled most of my travel at the end of the year due to what's happening in the world. So, I don't know if I'm going to take vacation or not. Maybe I will. We'll see. Like I said, I
Go
don't plan.
somewhere.
It's hard. It's just like I'm like the day before. Oh yeah, by the way, I think I'm gonna take some days off.
Nothing wrong with that. I am very, very pro you living vicariously through your travel as well. Will, man, I gotta say, every time that we do a stream, and I know I say it and you maybe don't believe me, but I love these streams. These are so much fun. I feel like I learned something. I get a few new followers every time, and we're building some cool stuff. I have a much better understanding of how One Signal works and how some cool things that I hadn't realized about DevCycle work too. So thank you for continuing to do this with me. I love it.
Oh yeah, no problem. And I actually think that maybe in the future we could revisit the framework thing. I've been playing with Remix, and so far it's not too bad. It does do React crap a little bit, but it makes use of web APIs. There's no more let's build our own wrapper interface where you have to learn something else. It's like you use web native tools, which is really cool. Especially for me, because I'm not really a web person, so it's easy for me to go to MDN and understand what's happening versus
absolutely,
all the abstractions.
I love that. Yeah, I think 2024 will be our year of framework. Now that we've figured out how these things work without a framework, we'll start to slowly add framework back in.
Well, yeah, I mean, part of it is all these frameworks they're based off of regular JavaScript anyway. So we could maybe like it turns into now you have an integration for Remix, and then maybe One Signal can have an integration for Remix as well. So maybe this could turn into a new plugin or whatever for each of our respective platforms, which I think would be pretty cool.
I do too. I totally agree. Oh, Will, such a great time. I loved this. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Oh yeah. It's Happy New Year to you and Boxing Day, I guess.
Yeah, and happy Boxing Day. Yeah. I think I might just go on vacation now until 2024. This will be my last work item.
See, I thought about it, but I have this new goal. I'm trying to hit 365 hour streams for the year, and I didn't set the goal until a few weeks ago when I only had 250 or so. Yeah, I'm at 320 right now, so like I think I'm gonna make it.
You might get there. I think you can definitely get there.
I know I'm getting there. There's no might about it. Like it's going to happen. There are enough hours in the month for this to happen, and it's important to me because I want to be able to write a blog post. I streamed 1 hour every day for a year. That's the only reason I'm doing this. Something silly, but anyways, we will reconvene post vacation, post all of the breaks, and I suppose I'll see you in the new year, 2024.
See you in the new year.
And yeah, until the next time, I hope you have a good rest of the day.
You too. All right, we'll see you later, Will. See you later, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
All right, peace, y'all.